Zoom,
Gotcha.
popping.
All right. So just real quick, I just want you to, for people that haven't heard your story, just kind of share how you got started in the business, how you found it works.
Okay, well, awesome, guys. My name is Kimberly Satterwhite, and I am an ambassador Diamond. Super excited about that. And I've been a part of the business. It'll be 3 years, September the 22nd. So this month marks my 3-year anniversary. I did come from another background of another direct sales company. I was with them for 15 years and really was just at a place where I just needed something more. I needed something more. I was working really hard in that company, and I don't mind working hard, but it got to a point where it was just not enough. And I knew I needed something simple that I could teach others to do. I needed something duplicatable. And honestly, guys, that business, it just was not duplicatable. It's either you came in, you had the money to invest, get some products on hand, but it left out so many people who didn't have the money to invest that still needed to make money. They felt defeated. And so it was kind of like I just felt like I was just spinning on wheels all the time. I was successful there, but I had to work nonstop. And so ItWorks really just found me at the perfect time. I was blitzed in a pedicure chair, guys. That's where I was blitzed. And so Rhonda Hartman, Ambassador Diamond, gave me a coupon. I started following her on Facebook, looking at her journey, and just really realizing that she just lived a certain lifestyle. She really got me in with her lifestyle posts. It's not often she posts directly about ItWorks, but she weaved it in. But I saw her lifestyle. I saw her freedom. I saw that, you know, she wasn't struggling and she was traveling and she was enjoying her husband and enjoying her grandkids and, you know, just living life without limits. It was very obvious. And so that's what made me be open to hearing what Rhonda had to say. She did reach out to me 7 times before I said yes. And I just want to say, guys, there's people on your list right now that y'all have given up after 1, 2, 3 times. And if you don't call them back, somebody's going to come behind you and call them, and it'll be their 4th time, their 5th time, their 6th time, their 7th time that's going to sign up. And so Rhonda did. She followed up 7 times. And finally I said, okay, come to my house. I looked at the opportunity. I had done some research. I had looked into what I needed to see. And I told Rhonda, let's go ahead and do it. And ironically, the day that she called me to her house, I called her to my house and said, hey, I'm ready. Woke up one random morning. She comes to my house. I signed up, and it was Rhonda's anniversary. It was her 3-year anniversary. So on September 22nd, I celebrate 3 years. Rhonda celebrates 6 years. So it's been several things along the journey that, like, I know this is where I'm supposed to be, but that's kind of where that went. Rhonda Hartman, yeah, and that's my personal sponsor who lets me get a pedicure.
That is so awesome. So kind of tell us, like, how, like, just for the people that maybe are new on this Zoom, like, what stood out to you about ItWorks that made it the company? Because I think that a lot of people, maybe this is their first company that they've joined, so they don't understand. Somebody getting it on over there. So they don't really understand that it's like, it's super important that you are making sure that you know what you have your hands on, right? So a lot of people, it's just kind of their first company, and they're like, for me, this was my first company I've ever joined, and I didn't really understand how awesome it was until I'd kind of gotten some feedback from people who had been with different companies. So kind of just share, like, what stood out about ItWorks to you and how she kind of did that.
Well, I have been approached by many companies over the past years. I actually have been in direct sales. This is my 17th year. So I was with them for 15 years. I'm the type of person, when I start something, I'm dedicated, all in, all out, no matter what, good, low, highs, lows, good, bad, ugly, in between. If I say I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it. And so I was with them and totally was dedicated to the fullest. But I do know that over the time that I've been with them, that I have been approached with other companies. A lot of them had a lot of similarities. So if you were to ask me what made ItWorks stand out, I would say no inventory, no deliveries, that we actually do get to keep our money here. We really don't have any overhead to run our business. We can be taught how to run our business for free. And that there's time saved, that we don't have to be running around delivering products, and that when we want to be home with our families, we do have the opportunity to build a business online through social media heavily. That's not the only way that I build my business, but it is a huge part of what I do versus my other opportunity. I had to be in people's face, in their house, in the streets in front of them all the time. Like there was no way I could have built it on social media. And so when I saw those things, I just knew, like, this is just crazy. You know, they want me to go get 4 customers a month. Okay. I was in a business that I was getting 30 a month. Okay. They want me to go get 3 people to join my team. Okay. I was in a business at no less than 5 to 10 a month that I was recruiting at minimum to reach my goals. So when I looked at what ItWorks was wanting to do the steps, I'm like, wait a minute. You know, I was spending $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month on investing in this company every month. Okay, so when I would get my check, a lot of it had to go back to reinvest and replenish my inventory. Well, when I saw with ItWorks, like, you literally can pay for your own auto ship by ordering a box of wraps and some greens, sell your wraps, you pay for your auto ship. Like, you literally can run your business for free. There is no excuse for anybody not to be running an auto ship. None. Unless they just don't want to do the work and wrap somebody. Sell 4 wraps, pre-sell 4 wraps. Like, there's no reason we should not be commission qualified.
I know. I loved it. I was obsessed with that post that you said. It was like, they want to talk about them Boss Babe certified, but they're not even commission qualified. And I was like, what?
Like, get off of Facebook with that. Like, you're not even getting a check, honey. So what's Boss Babe about that? Nothing.
Right. So did you run an auto shipment from the beginning, and what products did you kind of fall in love with?
Yes, I did. I ran an auto ship from the beginning, the wraps, defining gel, hair, skin, and nails. I just recently cut my hair off, but it did wonders for my hair. Confianza off the bat, greens, just the basic stuff like the staples. New You, oh my gosh, I'm still addicted to that. Love New You. Can't sleep without it. So it's just the best sleep ever. So just getting familiar with those products, guys, coming through the door. Absolutely.
Yes. So one of the things that I love about your story is, like, I mean, honestly, like, I'm not like I don't know like a ton of big name people on, I guess, like on throughout ItWorks, but I didn't really hear about you. You kind of flew under the radar, I think, for a little bit, for maybe not for most people, but maybe for me, until like I saw you promote, and then all of a sudden numbers came out and you were number 8, and then now you got the surf and turf. So congratulations on that too. That's awesome. And so, you know, you kind of built like your team pretty quickly. I mean, you went ambassador in what, like less than 2.5 years?
Yeah, it was 2.5 years exactly. And I had a goal to do it in 12 months, and it just didn't happen, guys. So I had to rebuild some. I had to, I don't even like to say rebuild. I just say build more, because I'm always building, but I had to really slow down and really have the strength in my business and make sure that I was teaching my team what to do. Like, it makes no sense to add all these people if they're going out the back door as quick as they're coming in. So just kind of taking some time to pause and look at my organization, look at who I wanted as my future leaders and who I felt could be strong leaders, and having those conversations with them really made a difference. And yeah, it took a little longer, but it's solid. And that's what I wanted.
So what did that conversation look like? Like when you were saying like, okay, these are the people that I want. You know, I've made the mistake before of like assuming that everybody wants it, you know, and I've just been like, okay, this person has so much potential, so they're going to go in this box, and like, you know, just kind of like assume that everybody wants it the way that I want it. So do you like ask people, like, are you ready for this? What does that leadership conversation kind of look like for you?
Well, some people you just know that they have that fire because they come through the door with it and you feel it. But then there's other people that you know that if they have enough coaching, or if they can be groomed in a sense, that they have the potential to be those leaders. And so, guys, I do not really go by what my team says. I go by what they do. And so they basically all say the same thing. They're always saying, oh yeah, I want it, girl. I'm ready. I'm ready. And then I look in the system and they're not commission qualified. They do not have an auto ship set, or whatever the case is. Some of them not even having their $20 website fee paid for. Like, you can't even enroll a customer, honey. Okay, so I do not waste my time with those distributors. I move them to the side very quickly, and I just let them know, Kelsey, listen, when you're ready to commit to your business and do the things that I know and have been proven to show myself that it's worked for hundreds of other people, that this has worked for, you let me know, girl, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. But you can imagine that I have a huge organization that demands my time, and I absolutely have to spend my time with those workers. And so here are some tasks that I would suggest that you do. Number 1, set your auto ship up. Number 2, where's your hundreds list? Okay. If they don't have a hundreds list, we can't even have a conversation, because it's like you have nobody to call. and everybody knows 100 people. So that excuse of I don't have 100 people is total BS. Yes, you do. Go through your phone, A through Z, go through your Facebook names, A through Z, and you write them. Guys, I go through my phone all the time and pull 25, 40, 50 people all the time. And I'm like, why was their name not on my hundreds list? So just taking the time and deciding that you're going to do it and not prejudging. You know, you don't have 100 names just because you're prejudging. You have 100 names, but you're making the decision for them. Not doing that. Saying, you know what? If my coach says write down 100 names, let me start somewhere. In addition to that, you're blitzing. In addition to that, you're getting referrals. In addition to that, you have happy, loyal customers that give you referrals of their friends, because I do let them know I'm always looking to grow my business. You know, I know that this month you're getting Confianza, but I know we had talked about the greens or whatever it is, you know, the HSN. Girl, who is 5 people that you know that would love to get on the Confianza with you, or whatever that product is that she loves? And once they give me 5 referrals, I mail them something for free. It can be a box of wraps. It can be a box of facials. It can be a toner. It can be whatever it is that I know is going to go with what they have. Guys, I'll send my customers free stuff, because guess what? ItWorks gives them free stuff too. But if they're giving me those referrals, I feel like that's worth it. That's just me personally. But I do a lot of action-based conversations with my team. And so I challenge them to do stuff and have it done in 24 hours. So every challenge I give my team is 24 hours. So if I say, hey, get your 100 list together, you know, can we touch and agree today that you're going to have that done by tomorrow? We're going to talk the 7 work for you. And they're like, yeah, okay, great. So they give me the 100 names. I'll say, hey, text it to me when you have it. I'm going to walk you through your next step. If 7 o'clock comes around and I haven't heard from her, I'll say, hey, Kelsey, I know that you probably got busy, but I'm just curious, did you have a chance to get your 100 list done? No, Kim, didn't get it done, girl. Little Johnny fell off the bandwagon and I had to get some Band-Aids for him. Okay, so can we touch and agree that you can have this done by tomorrow morning? Okay, yeah, totally can do that tonight when I get the kids in the bed. Okay, great. Next morning, Kelsey, girl, did you get your 100 list done? And Kelsey's like, girl, no, you know, I'm just really going to get around to it later. So, you know, Kelsey, check this out. We've had this conversation for 2 days straight, girl. It takes 20 minutes to write down 100 people. So when you decide to get that done and set aside that time, you give me a call back, because I definitely don't want to be a burden to you. And I definitely want to spend my time with those who are ready and need my time. So, girl, when you're ready, shoot me over a picture of your 100 list and I'll walk you through your next step. In other words, in a nice way, I'm not talking to you anymore and wasting my time with you until you're ready to work and produce, but I'm not being ugly about it. I'm putting the ball in her court so she knows when she's ready to do those things that what we've talked about. Whatever it is, then we can continue on. If not, then I'm on to the next.
I love it. I love it. So you don't really, I mean, you don't wait on anybody for nothing.
Nothing.
I love that. And I feel like, you know, with your personality and like you have like a businesswoman like presence about it, and you treat this like a business. Like and so other people have to treat it like a business, or you don't act like they're in your organization. So when you deal with somebody, let's say they're like, listen, I just can't afford my auto shipment. Like, I just can't afford it. Like X, Y, and Z, they're coming up with these excuses. Like, I just did all this to sell my, you know, to get my kit. And like, I can't afford like $80 a month. Like, because we all know that 95% of people who join this business, they don't join because they just have $100 lying around. They join because they need that extra $100 to be lying around. Right. So, how do you kind of approach that, especially with a potential? Like, do you talk about the auto shipment on a potential phone call with people?
I tell them. I don't hide it from them because I think that's crooked. I think that when we don't tell them and they find out on the back end, they're pissed. And they're like, wait a minute, I didn't know nothing about it. And I never want my team to ever have that going on. And so some of them have done that. And I've told them, like, you shouldn't have done that like that. You totally need to let people know, because that's the right thing to do. And so when I'm talking to people, I let them know we have a 3-step system program that is very simple to follow. It's very duplicatable. Hundreds and thousands of us have been successful doing this, and you're not going to be any different if you follow these steps. Number one, you need to be commission qualified. That looks like one of 2 ways. You can either sell $150 of products, meaning that $150 of orders comes through your website from your loyal customers. You are commission qualified that way. I personally do not do it mine that way. I do mine the second way, which is what I teach my team, and that is to set up and run an $80 auto ship. Basically, every product we have has points attached to it, and you're going to pick 80 points of products of your choice. Depending on what you pick, you may have a $2 to $5 difference. So you're looking at around $100 to run your business. So let's write down $100. They write down $100. I say inside of this $100, if you want to run your business for free, order a box of wraps. There's going to be 4 wraps inside. You're going to sell them each for $25. That's going to yield you $100. When you yield $100, you've just X'd out the $100 that you spent. You are now running your business for free. That's what I've done since I've joined. That's what my husband has done since he's joined. We've never paid out of pocket for an auto ship because I have wrapped 4 people a month every month since I've been in this business. So if they're saying, hey, I can't get $100, I can't afford an auto ship, 1 or 2 things is happening. They're not working. They're just not working. They're not working. They're not wrapping people. And if that's an issue, they can even pre-sell them. I'm like, gosh, send out a $20 wrap special to 5 people. You know, hey, the wraps are typically $30. Today is $10 off. I'm putting them in the mail. I have 4 left. Who's ready? That's $80 right there. That can go towards their $80 auto ship. I mean, you can do it however you want, but the bottom line is it's no excuse for them not to have one.
I seriously love that so much. Like, I just love how, like, you just make everything so simple. Like, your verbiage is like so awesome because it just keeps everything like it's literally no big deal. Like, you can run your business for free, like blah, 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 blah. So like, I love that verbiage. I'm like literally going to go back and watch this again. So when you're talking to your team and let's say like somebody's going for Ruby, what is something that you would tell them is like an everyday must? And when you're originally coaching your new girls, like, okay, sell your wraps. And they're like, okay, like, how do I do that? Like, what are your best tips for actually selling the wraps? I think there's a big disconnect because like majority of our team, like I'm enrolled under Aaron Tweed and then Alyssa and then Tiffany, and like majority of all of us have done a lot through social media. So the belly to belly thing is a little bit different for us. Not different, but it's just like some people are really good at it and some people kind of just stay in their comfort zone of doing social media. So what are the best tips that you have for getting the wrap on people and selling those wraps?
I actually have a script that I give to my people when they need to pre-sale, and I'm trying to find it. It's in my notes and it's like way down in here. But there's a script that basically says exactly that. It's to pre-sale the wraps. So it'd be my luck. Matter of fact, let me go to my team page because it's on my team page too. Hold on. I'll find it quicker there. And what I'll do is copy and paste it and send it to you guys. Hold on.
Perfect. And then do you kind of have them follow that same pre-selling, like not obviously they're not pre-selling it, but for the auto ship, like somebody who's 3 or 4 months in and trying to sell those wraps every month, like.
Let me tell you what I do with the auto ship because this is the deal. I want my people making money like immediately. Okay. So I have this hold on. I'm about to send this to you and then y'all can kind of do what you want with it. Hold on. Chelsea, I just sent it to your inbox. You can drop it into the chat. Okay.
Yep. I'll do that.
Got it. So I basically send them a script to send out to people and I've attached like 3 to 4 pictures of before and after. So like I'll do an arm picture, a back fat picture, and a stomach picture of what the product does. Depending on who their market is, I will make that picture African American, I'll make it Caucasian, it does not matter. Whoever their market is that I know that they're targeting, I put those pictures to look like whoever it is that I know they're going to market to, obviously. And I turn around and they send that script out. So I have the verbiage saying, hey, we all here, you don't have $100, but then I send out this script that basically says that they're excited about starting a new journey, that, you know, I don't know if you've heard of this product, but this is what the product does. And they have before and after pictures attached. And so in order for them to sell 4, you need to be sending this out to about 35 to 40 people. And so I get them doing that and I say, listen, I don't care what they say. If they say yes or no, did you do the activity? Because I know if 40 messages go out with these before and after pictures, I know 4 are going to come back saying, I'll get 1 girl. Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's just a numbers game.
I love that. That is awesome. Okay. So when somebody's trying to go Ruby, what would you say like an everyday must is for them?
One thing that I do every day and I tell my team to do every day is they need to be hitting 25 personal contacts per day. And I don't care if it's all loyals, if it's all for distributorship, I break mine up. So I tell them, listen, if your strength is loyals and you need to up your distributorship, make 15 distributor, 10 loyal. If it's that you need more loyals, make 15 loyal, 10 distributor. Balance it out. But I know people who hit way more numbers than that. But to me, 25 is fair, is even. And if you do it right and you're consistent, it's it's gonna make a huge difference. So like, I was never, girl, when I came in and was hearing, you know, these people following messages, you know, I just messaged 100 people, I just messaged 150 people. That shut me down. I was like, that's just, whoa, wait a minute. But I can handle 25. And what I tell my team is a problem is not the 25 not being enough, is that you do 25 on Monday, you do none on Tuesday, you do 1 on Wednesday, 2 on Friday, 10 on Saturday, and then you're back at Sunday doing nothing. So in actuality, you hit 17 people in a week versus you hitting, you know, at least 150 to 175. Big difference. And so hitting those 25 people a day is crucial. That is that, like, even now as an ambassador, I contact 25 people a day. And so what it looks like, it could be a initial contact. It could be a follow-up contact. It doesn't matter. If I make contact with you, you're going on that list. And so what I do is, if they don't respond, I even have a message that when they read my message that they don't respond, I go back in their inbox and I just play real crazy. And I'm like, girl, I know you saw my message, but you got so busy. Trust me, girl, I get it. I'm so excited you got my message. Yay, emoji. And so I go into, again, I just wanted to reach out to you one more time because I don't want to waste your time. Definitely don't want to waste my time either, but I would love for you to, whatever it is I'm talking about, if it's to try a product, if it's to do this, you know, let me know, girl, if you're interested. If you're not, it's totally okay. Let me know. I'm not going to be bugging you about this. Trust me. And so they let me know, and they'll come back and say stuff like, oh my God, no, girl, I was getting little Johnny to bed and bathe. And, you know, I understand. So the biggest thing is, don't assume when they read it that they don't want it. My distributor's like, oh my God, you know, they read it and they just, I'm like, honey, they do want it. They just need you to follow up. We want their business. It's not the other way around. They don't want our business. We want their business. If that's the case, it's up to us to follow up with them, not the other way around. And if they don't turn around and do it, then it's our job to go in again and to go in again and to go in again. But guys, when you are adding people to your social media platforms and adding 25 a day to Facebook, Instagram, whatever your platform is, following a certain amount of people, guys, it makes a difference, because as you're meeting those new people, you're having to break through some of those relationships and warm them up to you, which is totally fine when you do that. Hold on one second, guys. Where are you looking at me? One. Okay. I have a new distributor here. Let me show y'all something. Come over here. Say hey. Say hey to the people. This is
hey, everyone.
Scoot over. Can they see you? Yeah, they can see you.
Hey, how are you?
This is my new distributor, and she is my family counselor. Y'all know I've been very public about going through family counseling.
That would be me.
And she is the bomb.
I need some of that.
Hey, she is like the what's her name? Olivia Pope of counseling. You don't understand. Like, she is your scandal of counseling for your life to get together. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
She's gonna be doing some online stuff as well. So anyway,
congratulations on joining. Welcome.
She's got 2 team members. She's chartered for executive, and she's only been in like a couple of days. So yeah,
hey, girl, get it.
I am. Trust me, going ambassador.
That's it.
Do it.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. I'll see you later. Okay. Yeah. I'll lock it from my phone. It's cool. Call me tomorrow. Okay. All right.
You got that Batman status. I'll just lock it from my phone. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, the security system. You got to be skeptical about people. Right? Have all cameras on.
Oh my gosh, you were so funny. Okay, so I love that, reaching out to 25 people. Like, that is something that, like, I'm always like, no posting or this or that, but like, it's really not about that.
It's not, because posting is not asking. And that's what I tell my team. Posting is not asking. When you post, all you're doing is saying, hey, I'm open for business. That's it. You're letting them know you're open for business, and you're inviting them in on your life, you know? So we show them the best side of that, but it's not the same as asking. So there's multiple times people like my stuff. They may watch a video. I see the same people's name popping up on my video. I'll go in their inbox, and just because they keep watching my stuff and I know that they see it, and I'll go and approach them and I'll say, hey girl, you know, hey, listen, you've been on my mind. I've been meaning to reach out to you. Don't know if you've been paying attention. I already know you've been paying attention, but I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I just wanted to reach out to you to share that I think this product would really be great for you because, or, you know, I noticed that you're working a second job, and I don't know if you've ever thought about making extra money in the home versus you having to work a second job outside the home. But I'd love 20 minutes of your time to show you exactly what I do. And so, guys, it's not the same. Posting is not the same. If you're waiting and just posting and waiting, you're going to keep waiting, and you're going to be waiting because they're not going to call. Sometimes, yes, they do go in your inbox. Sometimes they may leave a comment under something, but that's rare for me. I'm very much so in their inbox or setting up a time to invite them to an online party. I do a lot of online parties. I love them, love them, love them. I do them on Zoom. And so I'm always, you know, saying, hey, if you want to check out, you know, what I do, 30 minutes of fun, you know, wind down, get some information, guys, meet me in the Zoom room. And I send them out the code and they get connected and it works. So I'm big on voice to voice. Even when I'm in people's inbox, I'm leaving voice messages. I need them to hear my voice. It's not the same as texting. It's just not the same. It's letting them hear your passion come through. Definitely.
For sure. I love that. So what would you say like a true leader is for you? Like, obviously I feel like for like you just come off as like just you're just kind of like a dominant presence, and people are attracted to just your presence. So like, how did you kind of become that way, and what do you look for from your leaders?
I'll tell you something. When I was in my other business, there was this woman who I admired to the fullest. She was a beast. I mean, she was the epitome of anything beastly that you could even imagine in business. She just come in there, and I was personally mentored by her. I'm not going to name her name, but I will tell you that she is all that in a bag of chips. And she took me under her wing and started coaching me, right? And one of the things that she told me, you know, and I learned really quickly is this. When I started coaching with her, first of all, she already knew what to do. She already knew the business inside and out. I am the one that needed the help. With that being said, it was not her job to have to track me down. It was not her job to have to search for me and wonder if I did what I did. If I want her time, and this is the woman who I'm trying to be in her place one day, not be her, but follow in her footsteps to the point of I'm successful. I know what I'm doing. I realized that how crazy is that for me to expect for her to have to track me down and ask me, Kim, did you do this? Kim, did you do that? Kim, did you do this and that? I'm wanting her time. And so I just had a different level of respect, guys. I tell my leaders, listen, I'm here whenever you need me, but I will not go searching for you. I will not go digging for you. If you need that support, you have to reach up. Like, I'm not a mind reader. And I don't know what's going on with you. So a lot of times when they vanish or they go this way or that way, I'm assuming that, you know what, they're blending in with 90% of all people who decide to quit. You know, I don't know any different unless they tell me that. And so they know that, you know, my leaders, I expect for them to be proactive. I expect for them to reach out. I expect for them to, when they get my time, guys, you got to teach people how to treat you. I do not allow my leaders to just throw up on me all day and just sit there and take it. I don't do that. They know that when they get on the phone with me, and this is something that helped me tremendously, I started blocking. Instead of it being, hey, Kim, I want to call you top girl and, you know, go over things. I'm like, okay, actually, let's get on my calendar. I have a 20-minute coaching slot available. Guys, I limited it. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Guess what that did? It kept me from having to hear 30 minutes of BS on the front end, another 10 minutes of whining, and then me having 5 minutes to try to pump them up after I'm exhausted. So it's 20 minutes. They get on the phone. I say, hey, okay, talk to me about what you've been doing good this week that's working. They tell me that, okay, what do we need to change up? We talk about solution. That's it. I do not give them much time to whine. And if it's a whine, it's not necessarily a whine as much as it is about, hey, this is what I've been doing, but it's not working. They know that when they get on the phone that we are all about solutions. Solutions, solutions, solutions. Not about crying, not about complaining, not about, you know, we're just going to fuss about where we're at with no solution. But guys, you got to teach them how to treat you. And so when I look at my leaders, what is a leader to me? Somebody who's a self-starter. Somebody who's not waiting to have a freaking cheerleading squad wake them up and motivate them every day. Somebody who is, you know, just takes initiative. Somebody who leads from the front and leads out of integrity. Oh my God. Like, seriously. I hate to see people who try to tell people what to do all day and they do none of it. Like, that's crazy. And you look back really quick. The team loses respect. So for me, it is important that I lead from the front. You know, I don't work like all people work in this business, but I make sure that if I'm telling my team to hit these steps, I've hit my steps. I'm making sure that if I'm telling them that, that's why the surf and turf was so important to me. I'm like, look, this is when they rolled out the Black Diamond experience, I'm like, I got to get to that island. Like, I've been dying to get to that island. So when they said personal activity, personal rubies, it was a no-brainer. I started tracking it immediately. Like, okay, who's on the executive chart that I can help go ruby? And I got behind those girls and we pushed forward. And I think I popped like 12, 13 rubies during this contest period. And guys, that's what hit on the 2.0, which caused me to go double diamond last month and get a $30,000 go fast bonus. So it's just, it's personal business. I just got off of a Zoom and I told him, I said, look, even as an ambassador diamond, my number one job is to find as many rubies and help them go ruby as possible. Rubies turn to diamonds. It's basic math. You know what I'm saying? And so if we know that diamond is 3 rubies, double diamond is 5 rubies, ambassador diamond is 55 rubies, I just break it down because the diamond chart can be overwhelming for some. And so going through your organization, Kelsey, and looking at who has that potential. You know, I just talked to a leader tonight that just really is having a hard time. She's not in my downline, but I have a big heart for this chick. And I called her and she just cried on the phone and told me where she was at. Presidential, you know, very, very emotional right now. And I said, listen, you are not starting from zero. You have a crap load of people on your team. Go through your reports, go through your volume by leg reports, and you go through and you see who has potential. A lot of times they just need a phone call. A lot of times they just need to know that you care. A lot of times they just need to know you believe in them. I said, if you roll your mouse or your name over that name and you feel any kind of resistance, if you feel any kind of sluggishness, any kind of drainage, or like, oh my God, if that feeling comes over you, that's not your girl. Keep it moving. But when you roll it over the ones that you're like, your heartstrings pull and you feel that, oh, she just was so good, or you feel that, oh, she so needs this and I just know she can do it, it's worth it for us to reach out again. That's what happened when I went ambassador. I had a ton of people who had fallen off the bandwagon that I erased my entire ambassador chart, went back in and put my leaders, even some of my leaders, I downgraded them to lower positions because they just weren't performing. I'm not going to trick myself into believing that they're going to do it if they're showing me they're not. But what I did do was reach to the people that I knew had that fight. And that's who took me to ambassador. And we had a meeting and it was no woman left behind. Like, seriously, nobody got left behind. We all were accountable and on a whole nother level of accountability.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you because I followed you. I don't even know how I really started following you. I think somebody that I was following posted about you and I was like, I need to follow this girl. Cause I try to follow the people that are moving. Like, I don't try to follow the people that have been stuck at one spot for a while. Like, anytime, even if it's a freaking girl who went ruby in 30 days, I'm following that girl. I'm not too good because she's doing something that's working. So I loved, I felt like when you promoted, like, you had such strong unity on your team. Like, every single one of your DK Diamonds was like cheering for you. And so how do you create that culture? Like, I mean, you talked a little bit about it, about just your expectations and raising your standards for what you expect from your leaders. And it seems like you're pretty clear and communicating those expectations to them. But how else do you feel like you said, you know, you have the balance of having those clear expectations, but also just sometimes giving people a phone call if they need it. So how do you kind of feel like that culture has been created? Is it something that is duplicatable, or is it something that you feel like you've just done based off your personality?
It's layered. It's layered leadership. When I came from my other business, I did everything myself. So when I came in ItWorks, I was like, I'm gonna do everything myself. But then I was like, the business grew so fast and it was so different from what I was from. All these people started coming in and I thought really quickly, Kim, you got to get on one page with your leaders. And so I started with them, the ones that were emerging and moving up. I made sure that that they understood, what does a successful diamond look like as far as their work ethic? How do they work? What would a full day look like? And so, again, 25 leads a day. I tell my team, if you can blitz 5 people a day, do it. Online, in person, it doesn't matter. Anytime that you're out and you exchange money, that's a blitz. That's an automatic instant blitz. Making sure they're adding followers, making sure that they're posting. Again, these are things that I know will really move them forward. But what I do with my leaders is we layer our leadership going down. So like there's a lot of times I'll do Zooms with diamonds and above. And their task is to go through their charts and have conversations with the rubies and the execs. Then there's times that I go and do a Zoom with just all rubies, okay? All rubies get on there, and I'm talking to them about how to build out to emerald. You know, who on your chart, okay, you have an executive, but you also have Tammy over here who has one that she can start being an executive. But why are we talking to her about executive when we can really paint the picture of ruby? And so I'm asking them, you know, who are the strongest people on your team? And I'm hearing it from them. I'm also looking myself in organization, what's coming in my organization. I check my daily activity report every single day. And so what I do now and have done the past year with my leaders, my diamond leaders, because they've lost so much money on cabs and not paying attention to these customers that don't get moved. People keeping people, 1 million people on their top line and could have been charted to freaking emerald. You know, those simple mistakes, I catch them. And I'm able to talk to the distributor and say, listen, you know, I know that you may feel that you're benefiting by keeping all these people top line, but let me explain strategically why you would want to move them. And I explain that to them, and then they get it. And they're like, okay, that makes sense. But I teach my diamonds that first. So I don't have time to go through every single diamonds organization, but what I do have time to do is say, okay, diamonds, we're doing a Zoom on this day, you know, and I need you guys to send me over on your chart every ruby that you have in place, every emergent ruby, and then I can go back, skim through their organizations if I have the time to do that. But they're so skilled, a lot of times I don't have to. They literally know what to do. And so we do not like losing cabs and fast starts. And I tell my team, move them. Move them. As soon as they come in, you move them. You do place to promote. I'm a leader. I place to promote. I'm all for it. And guys, at first I was like, this is getting on my nerve because some of these people were hitting promotions that did not deserve it. Okay, like went executive and I put 2 people, I had to get customers, but I turned around and went double diamond or something, or went diamond, or went whatever that rank is. You have to keep that in mind and let that be your business mind. Your heart says, don't do it. They don't deserve it. But the businesswoman is going to say, you do what you need to do to promote, and then you replace. So my thought process is, you know what? You might get a check for like 2 months off of my work, but that's about as far as it's going to go, because by the time that 2-month cycle has went out, you already know if they're going to do something or not. And once I see that it's been 90 days and like you haven't done absolutely nothing, I'm ready to move on to the next person. And you got rolled up in a 400 and you didn't even know it. So I will roll a whole
so good. 400. That is literally so good. That like heart versus the business mind. Like I needed to hear that. That was amazing.
Like get out of your feelings, Kelsey, and go get your coins.
I know, right? Okay. So what are some of the first things you do to launch new DTs?
I set an online party. If I can do in person, I will. But what I do team online parties. So I'll go. I have a personal page for like my personal distributors that I enroll, because I do enroll a lot. And I'll go on the page and I'll say, hey guys, who hasn't had a launch party? I'm doing 2 launch party nights this week, Tuesday, Thursday. Pick your slot, 8, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Tuesday, 9 o'clock Thursday. And I will launch like 5, 6 distributors at one time on an online party that I'm doing, and all of them are on there at one time. It's full. It's a lot of people on. They have their guests, and I just do these little giveaways online where I raffle off a free wrap, free facial, and they get entries based off their engagement in the chat.
So when you're doing the launch parties, do you go live and just do the party pad?
Absolutely. Yeah. I have it downloaded in my back office, and I just flip through the party pad.
I love it.
So I have it on PowerPoint.
I think that's awesome too, because the new DTs then become confident, and then they learn more about the product because they're obviously going to be on there watching you. So do you give them like kind of like, okay, your goal is to have like 8 people attend the online party, or how do you kind of cast that vision for them?
I do. I tell them, I say, listen, you want to invite like 50 to 65 people. You know, it'll be great for you to have like 8 to 10. You know, if you can have 10 to 12 on there, that's great. But I'll ask them, you know, how many people have you invited? Oh, I've invited 6 people. I'm like, oh, honey, no, we want to go ahead and get another 30 people invited like in the next hour, because you want that to be good. If you have 6 people invited, you're probably going to have 1 or none show up. Like, I'm real with them. I don't play around with it. I'm not going to tell them, go invite 6 people, knowing that 6 people, 1 may show up and then they're heartbroken because 5 didn't. I'm going to say, hey, I want you to have 6 people on here. In order to have that, you need to invite 35. We got to boost the numbers because people's schedules change and things like that. But then I record it, okay? So I record the Zoom and I email it to all those people that launch, and they can forward it out to the people that they need to see it that weren't able to get on, and then they close them out. So like I just did a Zoom just now. Her internet's down because we have all this craziness in Georgia. And she came to my house. She drove to my house to be present for this Zoom. Like, that's how serious she is. She's not playing. She told me, she said, I want to break every record you've done quicker. And I'm like, absolutely, I will help you do it. And so she came, she had 4 guests on, 2 ended up getting off the line early, but it was okay because guess what? 2 signed up. She signed 2 distributors. So that was worth it. I mean, it was 30 minutes. It was worth it. She came in, she got 2 distributors signed, and then she's going to be able to follow up with those other people. But what it did for her is showed her how to do it. I literally am sitting here, I have pajamas on at the bottom. I have on this at the top, and she saw that. And she was like, are you going to be in your office? Like, what do you work in your office? Like 8-10 hours a day? I said, girl, I just came down here before you rung my doorbell. Okay. So I do like the fat fighters on it. I do my little defining gel. I show them the size of the wrap, you know, real quick, talk about it, and I go straight into that party pad, guys. The only thing I stop to talk about, I show them the liquid gold, I squeeze it out, I show them the size of the wrap, and I do the fat fighters, and I show them the greens, and then I'm flipping through the party pad that you guys have in your back office.
Do you like doing Zooms versus Facebook events?
Yes. I personally don't go live much on my page as far as business training. Tonight was the first time I've ever went live and second time in 3 years I've ever went live and talked about business tips publicly, because I guess I kind of just didn't know how other people would be feeling about their people. You know, sometimes people don't necessarily give the right stuff, and I just never wanted nobody to feel like I'm trying to train all their people, because that's not the case. I really want to train my team. But I do know how to recruit. And so I knew that this training would be helpful for like tons of ItWorks distributors. So I'm trying to now embrace that and go live as much as I can when I can on certain topics that can help everybody to be one team, one mission, and really help with that. But at the same time, I do have a schedule with my team to where we do a weekly work Zooms where we do work Zooms. I do work Zooms with my diamonds. So like my diamonds, we schedule time to do a diamond work Zoom where all my leaders are on and we're just dropping in the chat, sharing what we're doing. We are working for that hour. Our goal is to do, sign loyals, sign distributors, reach out to a certain amount of people. If there's a script that's working, I tell them, hey, y'all, go ahead, drop your scripts in the chat so we can copy them and save them and see and keep adding to what it is that we have in our note section that we can keep referring back to. So just doing that. And then like my leaders, guys, to be honest with you, they're very, now let me say this, because I do have some cubic zirconias mixed in there. I'm not even gonna lie about it, that are just floating, okay? They're not working as diamond leaders. They're not doing what they need to do. Those are not the people I put in front of my team, okay? I put in front of my team the leaders that lead, the leaders that are trying and really busting their behind to finish steps, to do the wrap parties, that are self-sufficient and do launches for their team, and that I teach them that coming through the door. So as they go up, guys, they start learning this at Ruby. I have rubies who do online wrap parties weekly and their team gets on. I do, because I'm training them up quick, because they're going to eventually be a diamond. They're going to be an emerald. They need to know how to do this, but I don't give them too much, do too much until they go diamond. But that basic stuff, like doing online parties, guys, I'll invite my rubies on when I'm doing launches and have them cover a certain section. If I say, hey, get on this Zoom, I'm going to have you do the fat fighter demonstration tonight on our online launches, just to put them in front of people and to get them comfortable in knowing that they can do it. Because when they do it, they see, I could have been doing this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, Facebook Live is great, but everybody's watching. And that's fine. But sometimes I don't want everybody watching. Sometimes I want it to be intimate to where I'm connecting direct with these people for this exact reason. And so I do a whole lot more Zooms than I do lives.
Yeah.
I probably need to switch it, but I just haven't.
No, I mean, I think it's good. The one thing I ran into with Zooms, though, is just like getting people to download the app that haven't been, and then
but you don't have to download it now. All they got to do is go to Zoom Us and click on Join Meeting and key the code in. They don't have to download nothing. They just got to go to the browser.
Oh, from a desktop. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. So what is your process of recruiting? Because you're just like a people person. I feel like you just can relate to a lot of people. I always say, like, sometimes you just have to be a chameleon in this business. I haven't watched your color personality thing yet, but
well, watch that, because that's gonna answer every question you got. I promise.
Okay, so that will help with the whole recruiting. Okay, so what does the average day of Kim look like?
It varies, y'all. It varies. I swear to you, it varies. I do not run on a schedule. I don't. I wake up. I have my 6 list. The night before, I have 6 things that I have to do the next day. It can range from errands. It can range from something specific business, and it ranges from personal. So I have a little notebook that has like personal, 6 things, business, 6 things, family, 6 things. And I make it a goal to have 6 things under each category every single night. So when I wake up, all I got to do is just check it off. Once I do it, I'm not waking up saying, oh my God, what am I going to do today? I don't know where I'm going to spend my time today. I'm just going to throw something on the wall and hope it sticks. No, I already have my plan of, I'm calling Tammy tomorrow. All right. I'm calling Tisha to go ahead and finalize her wrap party, get that date set, get her guest list, who she's expecting to come. I'm doing XYZ, I know what I'm doing the night before, because if not, you wake up with just noodle brain. And then if life happens and it gets thrown off, it's still, for me, when I look at that list, life happens. I still have to do my list. At the end of the day, I still have to do my list. And so one of the things I shared with my team last night, we had a training, and I said, guys, life is going to happen whether you want it to or not. It's nothing you can do about it. If life is meant to happen to you, it's going to happen. So now you got to decide, am I going to let life happen and be broke? Or am I going to want life to happen when I can step away from a business that I've built because I've done what I'm supposed to do, and I can enjoy and have a little breathing room when I need to, or be able to help or change the problem when I need to, when life happens. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. It's like, okay, either it's going to happen and you broke, or it's going to happen and you're going to have some money. There you go. Money's not everything, but choices are, and I would much rather cry in a mansion than in a teepee. That's it. And that's just the way it is. And so, guys, you have to decide what it is that you want from this business. If you look around, Mark's not running out of money, okay? I don't know if we caught the memo, but he's giving it away. In this business, I'm personally making more money than I've ever made in my freaking life. Most of us who have really worked this business probably can say the same thing. Yes, there are seasons where your business may go backwards. There are seasons where things may not be as fast as maybe they were, but again, it's a season. But typically in those seasons, we got comfortable. I'm going to say that again. We got comfortable. And so when I've heard all these complaints about, checks dropping volume, whatever, all this other foolishness, I'm looking at those same people like, when is the last time I've even seen these people welcome somebody on Facebook? When is the last time I've even seen them be at a daggone rap party in person or get a rap on somebody? We cannot continually hide behind Facebook all the time. You have to be in front of people sometime. You got to make those connections. And so I think that, I don't tell people, oh, we make money from a phone and that's all we get to do. It's just so easy. I didn't experience that, okay? So there's some people who, they've never done a rap party. They're ambassadors. Me personally, that wouldn't have happened for me. That would not have happened for me. There's no way I could have just been online and never in front of people. I just know that the quickest way that I can build, I need to get in your face. I need to be in your space. I need you to feel my energy. I need you to touch these products. I need you to taste these products. So if I know that I can shut down, if I have 8 people at a rap party and I can shut down 6 loyal customers and possibly 1 or 2 distributors, or 4 loyal customers and 2 to 3 distributors, guys, that's what I'm going to do versus Facebook. I'm going to be like, how quick can I get another rap party book so that I'm hitting my steps 2 and 3 times a month, guys? I hit my steps normally 3 times every month, every single month. Last month, I did it twice and I was sick at my stomach, okay? And so this is how I teach my team. If you want to move at a slow pace, you focus on the steps. That's the basic level. So just understand, you will move, but it may take you 3 months to go Ruby, doing your steps 1 time a month. It may, but that's okay. That's okay for some of them. If you want to double it up, stop looking at minimums and expecting maximum results. So I talk to my team. I'm like, look, the ones coming in, they're like, look, I want to go Ruby. I need to go Ruby in 30 days. All right, babe, you need to hit your steps twice. Once by the 15th, you got in 4 loyals and you've gotten your 3 distributors. By the 30th, we have 3 more and we have at least another 4 more loyals. So I'll give them numbers like 6 and 10. You know, if they come and they're like, I need to go diamond. Girl, I got to go diamond in 90 days. I'm like, okay, every month, instead of hitting this steps one time, guys, we're doing it twice. Or depending on how much of a hustler she is, I'll say 3 times. Once by the 10th, twice by the 20th, the last round is by the 30th. That's what I do. So every month, my team knows, and I post it. 15th of the month, a post goes up on my team page. It's mid-month, it's halftime, blow the whistle, drop below what you done. How many people? If it's 0, put 0. Because you're going to get tired of putting 0 beside your name, and that's going to make you get into action. And so the 15th, we do a check-in point, and I talk to the team, and I'm seeing that, okay, how many people have done their steps so far? How many people are close? And then I can know as their leader, like, which way do I need to go with the team for the rest of the month? Are they low on recruiting? Are they low on enrollments with distributors? What does my challenges to them need to be to get these numbers back up and do what I need to do?
You are seriously like blowing my mind right now. The one thing that I can just tell you're so experienced in, and this is something that I need to like sit down and really look at myself, is like the numbers, like the ratio. You're like, okay, well, you know, if you're invited, you like give people real tangible things.
Write this down, Kelsey. This is the numbers. If you want to recruit, it's 1 in 6. 1 in 6 say yes. As you start recruiting more and getting comfortable with overcoming objections, those numbers drop. Okay, so they do drop. So if somebody needs to go Ruby, I know that they have to physically talk to 30 people. I'm not talking about messaging, hey girl, you should join my team. I'm talking about a direct conversation where you say, Kelsey, listen, girl, I don't know why I've been thinking about you. I don't know why you've been on my mind so heavy, but girl, if that's the case, maybe it's somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. I've even called those people and said, you know, in inbox, Facebook Messenger, left a message, and hey, girl, I know it's been a while since we talked. For whatever reason, you have just been on my mind. I would love the opportunity to catch up with you. When do you have 20 minutes available that I could chat with you and just catch you up on some things? And I'm booking her for a career chat. I'm going to get her on the phone and I'm going to ask her, what have you been up to? What are you doing with yourself? These are the old friends. But like the new ones, the ones that are following me, the ones that are commenting and not saying anything, I'm going to go in their inbox and know why I'm going in their inbox, because I've already taken the time to look at their page. I'll go back a week, 2 weeks, and just kind of scroll back, jot down some notes. So now when I come to you, Kelsey, I'm going to know that you have these beautiful babies, that you absolutely love traveling, you know, that you're a glamour girl, and that you are high maintenance. In my mind, I'm like, she's going to want to have some money to keep herself up. Her husband's working. You know, I'm knowing these things to where I'm like, okay, when I come at you, I'm going to come at you from the angle of what you need to hear. What do you need to hear? And so watch that color personality video, because I basically shared how I talk the reds, how I talk the yellows, how I talk the blues, and how I talk the greens. Like, how do I go in the conversation with them? Because literally all you got to do is know who you're talking to, and you start speaking their language. Your close rate is going to skyrocket. The problem is most people talk too much during the interview. They don't let the other people talk. And guess what? You're throwing your excitement on them, what it did for you, when it needs to be what it's going to do for them. I don't care about what it did for me. I just care about what it's going to do for you. And I need you to tell me what you needed to do so that I can turn around and teach you exactly what you need to do to get those results.
I love it. Like, and I can, like I said, I can just tell that you've had so much experience in it, because like you know these ratios and you figure out, okay, like here are some specific numbers. Like if you want to do this, then you have to do this. Like it's a very direct thing. And I think so many people like don't have that. They don't.
And write this down. Half of who you invite will show. Me, if you have a rap party and they say, oh girl, I got 25 people coming, I already know it's going to be about 10 to 12. I already know it's going, and it never fails. Those are the numbers. And so
half of the people you invite who say yes will actually show.
Yeah. Half the ones who say yes. So it's not half of who you invite are coming. It's who do you invite? How many of those said yes? Cut it in half. That's who's coming.
Yeah.
And so guys, when you know those numbers, you just plug in how many people need to be invited. Another thing I do a lot is bring a friend, get an extra $5 off, you know, off the route. Come through the door with a friend, an extra $5 off, you know. Come through the door with a friend, turn around and, you know, I'm going to give you a sample packet. I do these little sample packets where I put 2 days of greens, 2 green chews, a pack of Wow, and a little cute little cello bag that I raffle off at my wrap party. So I'll say, okay, guys, we're going to play a game. And how do I get referrals? Here's another tip for you. I give everybody a copy of the Steps to Success. So when I do my party pad and I go over the average income chart, and I'm literally at my wrap party, so I say, okay, so we're going to take a quick second, go around the room and tell me what your number is. And everybody go around the room. They're like, oh, girl, I can get down with Ruby. Oh, I need Emerald. I need Diamond. I'm like, okay, cool.
That's amazing. That's such a good idea.
I give them the Steps to Success, and I'll say, okay, so y'all have tried some products. You've been wrapped. You've tried the greens. You've tasted the white. You've tasted the greens. You've tasted the chews or whatever. You tasted the, or you saw the Wow. You know, I did my Wow at my wrap parties a lot. If there's some women there that I know I spot a wrinkle, she's my model, and we getting ready to get into some Wow. So I could show everybody how quick this product works. And so what happens is they fill out their steps. So I'll say, we're going to play a quick little game, and that's where I pull up my little goodie bags, okay? I say, we're going to play a quick little game. I'm going to raffle off a free wrap today for you to take home, or I may do a facial, or I may do a sample bag that they look at, and it has these samples of greens and stuff that they want to try and take home. I say, so what we're going to do, the person who gives and writes down the most names is going to win. But in order to go in the drawing at all, you have to fill this out in full. And I'll say, I want you to write down real quick 4 people that use any of the products that I've talked about. Then I want you to write down 3 people that you know desperately need to make some extra money. Every single time, guys, they write, and they have these people down. Guess what I do with that? I say, write your name on the top. I collect them back. And when I individually meet with them and close them out, I pull it right back out. I lay it in front of them and I say, hey, listen, I know that you're looking at getting the system, but I have to ask you, I'm looking at this list. I see that you have, 7 people written down for product. I also see that you have, 4 people written down for the business. You would basically, if we could close these people out, you would pretty much be charted to Ruby. That's an extra $500 a month. How do you feel about you earning the extra income and creating something from practically, your cell phone with a little coaching by me? And they're like, yeah, I was just thinking on starting the product first and seeing how I like it. I'm saying, girl, I did not do that. I knew off the bat I wanted to make some money, so I signed up and took the products alongside of starting the business. So you have a choice. You don't have to do that unless you want to do that. But what I love to see happen is we just get you started as a distributor, and then we turn around and do you a launch party, and you invite these people there, and then I come do a launch for you and get you started that way. And that way you're making the money and not me. And they're like, oh, yeah. If they say no, I keep those people as referrals. So I say, okay, so what I'm going to do, because you've given me some great names, some great referrals, go ahead and jot their number down. So when they're writing down phone number and name. They're not just writing name. So I'm saying, hey, guys, write down name, phone number, name and phone number. And I'm going around the room and I'm saying, oh, my God, Chelsea, she looks like she's in Leah. Oh, wait a minute, Susan's coming up behind you, girl. You better write down some more names. So I'm getting them writing, okay? And then if they don't sign, I turn around and I bring them I turn around and I keep them as a loyal, and I call those people. Those are my referrals. So then the next day I'm calling and I'm saying to Kelsey, I'll say, Kelsey, listen, let your girlfriends know I'm going to be calling them because you're about to earn some free product from me. If I could pick one product in this book that you are not purchasing today as a loyal that you want to have, what is it? Girl, I need that new you was talking about, or I need that those greens and chocolate. I want the stretch mark cream. Okay, got it. So I tell you what, call these people on this list. Go ahead and take a picture on your phone. Bam, take a picture on her phone. I take the list with me. She takes a picture on her phone. Shoot them a quick text. And the text needs to say something along the lines of how excited you are that you tried these amazing products and that you want me to find out about it. That's it. Don't say nothing else. Just say, hey, girl, I came to an event tonight, tried some amazing health and wellness products. They were awesome. And I know this is something that you want to know more about. So I gave the girl your number, and I'm going to be earning something free when she calls. So just talk to her. And they do, because it's their friend. They trust. They know that you're not going to sell them on some craziness, and that they trust that relationship. So
where have you been my whole life? Like, this is so amazing. Okay, that is so
I call the person, right? And I'll say, oh my God, Alyssa, check this out. My name is Kim, and you don't know me, but I recently met your girlfriend, Kelsey. She is the bomb, okay? And she had so much fun with me trying some of my products that she absolutely gave me your information and told me that we have to meet. And so I wanted to check your schedule and see when would you have a quick second for me to come over and show you some of these amazing products that got your girlfriend so excited. Let you try some things out and just simply get your opinion. And then they say, oh, well, I have this time available, or I have that time available. And I tell you what, if you're anything like Kelsey, she was so excited about getting some free product. I tell you what, have some girlfriends join you and I'll give it to you for free. I'm going to let you try a wrap for free, or I'm going to let you try whatever for free. If they get the people there and host me a party now, whatever they want for free, I'm going to give it to them, period. I don't give a damn what it is. You can have it. Here, take it. Let's go. And so that's it. You know, we can do whatever we want at our parties. You know, guys, that's what it is. And so you just got to go in and be different, guys. Stop being like every other distributor online. Join my team for $99. Stop being like every distributor online that's like not even using no products at all. Mm-hmm. It works, but it ain't worked on you on no level. So, guys, it doesn't make sense. We have, and you're talking, I'm not plus size, but I'm thicker than a Snickers right about now. So I definitely, but what I'm going to say is I didn't let that stop me. I could have easily been like, you know what? I'm not skinny enough. You know, I'm a thick girl selling health and wellness. I could have let that stop me and talk me out of this crazy life that I have now with this business. But I didn't, because you know what? Everybody wants to feel better. Big, extra small, in between. Black, white, yellow, green, old, young. It doesn't matter. People want to feel good. And I do have products that work. And again, we don't just have weight loss or just a wrap. We have freaking 40 plus other products that you can showcase. So figure out what it is that you need, what it is that you're passionate about, and you run with that. I tell my distributors, pick 5 products. 5. What are your 5? And they will go live on their page and talk about their top 5. We do it ever so often. I say, pull your top 3. Pull your top 5. Everybody's going live today. Let's go. Drop your name in the bottom when your video's done so I can go to your page, check it out, love it, like it. Your name's going in a drawing for whatever, you know? And that's what I do to get them moving and to get them going. But guys, I signed 2 loyals going live on my top 5 last week. They were in my inbox like, I heard you talking about the top 5 products, and yeah, 2 of them really stood out. And I said in that video, you can pick 3. So as a loyal customer, guys, you can get any 3 you want at my cost, and you can get them all at the same time, or you can break them across the 3 months. It doesn't matter. You get to choose. And so, guys, I do that. And I don't do a lot of answering on Facebook when they ask me, how much does it cost? Every response is, I inboxed you. I don't care what they ask me. What does this product do? I inboxed you, because I do not want somebody else reading the comment and making an assumption. I need to get you on the phone, and I need to let you hear my voice. And I need to open that separate form of communication with you.
I seriously love that. Well, I know it's been a little bit over an hour, but I just want to say congratulations on all your success. It's so well deserved. Like, you literally got everybody so pumped up. Everybody's like, literally, oh my God, I'm watching this 5 times after it's recorded. My life has changed. Is there any last tips you would just give for anybody that might be just struggling? Like maybe they went Ruby, or maybe they've had some success, or maybe they haven't. Is there any last tips you would give to people like that about just kind of like growing through the process?
Yeah, let me give y'all an analogy. Okay, first I'm gonna say this. This is a diamond. This is everybody's goal. Everybody wants to be this, but unfortunately everybody's a piece of coal that they don't want to go through the process. Okay, so we come in, we're like this piece of coal, dusty. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know jack, and we're trying to go diamond, because this is the level that ItWorks says, get to diamond and you get a license to print money. So I was like, if I'm gonna come in, I need that license, like 911. I need a license to print legal money. I had to go diamond. So this is the thing, and I tell my team, everybody wants to be this, but none of y'all want to get cut. You just don't want to get cut, and guys, it just doesn't work like that. You have to be willing to go get cut. You have to be willing to go through the flames. You just do. And if you don't, you're going to be in the same place. And so, guys, I love the analogy of this donkey, right? So there's this wise tale that there's this donkey who fell in this ditch, right? He fell in a well. He fell in a well, And of course, the farmer heard the donkey crying, knew he needed help, and he began to bury the donkey, bury him. So he's like, you know what? It's just easier just to bury him and just be done with it. He's old, he's this, he's that, his body is old. He's not really going to be of any use. It's just easier to bury him. Guys, y'all have people right now that are burying you, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. You have people that want to see you fail. You have people that don't believe that you're going to do what you need to do and ever be successful. You have those people that silent as kept are wanting to bury you. But you know what that donkey did? Every piece of dirt that hit him, guess what he did? He shook it off. He shook it off. He shook it off, and they kept burying him, thinking that they're throwing this dirt on him, and they're burying this donkey, and they're burying this donkey. Every level of dirt that hit it, it stepped up even higher. It shook it off. The dirt fell. Platform came up, and guess what? They threw so much dirt on that donkey to the point, guess what? It trotted its behind right on out that well. That's what they did. And that is how you have to be. You got to understand that people are going to throw dirt on you. Life is going to throw dirt on you. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to have people tell you that you're not going to succeed. You're going to have family not support you. You're going to have people sign and cancel within 2 hours. 48 hours. I mean, guys, I had a girl I signed the other day, and I'm all super excited, ready to get her on my 2.0 chart, walked in her account, bam, cancel. Okay, next. Like, I don't even let it get to me anymore because, guys, I know it's part of the journey. And the only time that it will get to you is if you're not doing enough activity. When you're doing enough activity, guys, you have the ability to continue to have other people flow into your funnel of business to where you're not even spending time on those people anymore. And so I don't care where you're at in your business tonight. I don't care what it looks like. Guys, shake it off. Shake it off because it's going to happen, whether we want it to or not. And that's all you got to do is, and I tell my team, I'm like, listen, I don't know what to tell you because if your kids don't motivate you, your husband, your needs, your bills, you're behind bills, I'm tired of collection calling, I'm tired of, working 60 hours a week, I'm tired of, not having money to pay cash for Christmas, I'm tired of going in debt, I'm tired of running up my credit card. I mean, there's so many things that should keep people fired up to work this business that, guys, I can't tell them nothing. Like, if telling your kid no is not enough all the time, I don't know what to tell you. If going to the grocery store, having to put everything back at the counter is not enough to inspire you, then there's nothing I can say because the most important people in your life are your children. It is your husband. It is your family. If they're not worth it and you can't look at them and say they're worth my push, it ain't a damn thing I can say to you to make you push because that's what I look at. I look at my kids. I look at how we lived before it works and how I was so sick and tired of struggling and sick and tired of saying no. I was sick and tired of being like, mama can't do it. I was a single mom for 13 years before I married my husband, okay? And none of my kids are his. So I have had a pretty rough life. And so I don't have a lot of tolerance for the BS for the people who, I'm like, listen, guys, I did this with 3 kids. I remember going out, working my business and my previous business in rainstorms, meeting people and my kids crying, saying, mama, we need to come home. I'm tired, mama. I'm tired, mama. And I'm saying, we're going home, but I got to talk to 3 more people, girls. Just hang with me, hang with me, hang with me. And guys, they did. And guess what? My business took off because in the moments where most people would have said, it's raining, it's storming, I got 3 kids, I got to go home, I got to get my babies out the rain. I stayed in the rain and laced those girls up in rain boots and raincoats and said, you know what? We're going home, but I'm still going to handle what I need to do because the purpose of what I needed to be for them was so much bigger than me starting and stopping. I had to do it. I didn't have a plan B. And so there you have it. I haven't worked a job in 17 years. A job, a job. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 17 years, but I wasn't born like that, guys. I had to become her. And it took me being stretched and it took me being willing to be pushed past my comfort zone because it was uncomfortable and it was hard as hell. But guess what? Once you get in the habit of doing that and you're stretched to become the person you're supposed to come, when you're not walking in that, you never have peace. And so, guys, when I came in ItWorks, I remembered, like, Kim, you know what you're capable of. The seasons that I wasn't working at my best, I knew that I wasn't working at my best. I didn't blame my team. I didn't look at them and say, why aren't y'all doing this? Or, oh my God, if they're only doing, I'm like, no, they don't need to be doing nothing. It's me. It starts with me. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show y'all how to do it. And y'all can join me or you can get left. Because either way it goes, I'm still recruiting. I'm still replacing, and I'm still erasing. Y'all, look, don't play. Look, you see this? Big oops eraser. I will roll somebody up in a chart so fast, I'm telling you, it'll make their head spin. Like, we do not have time to play with it. And if you want to move up and get paid and to become a top income earner, guys, you got to know when to cut the string and not enable and babysit your team all day. You need to be working your personal business, and you will find those women who are ready to run with you. I promise you. I promise you will.
Seriously, like, I don't think words could describe how grateful we are just for you sharing everything tonight.
Like, started from you giving me a daggum shoes. See?
I know.
You messaged me. I was like, Kim, you have to do a Zoom for her. She gave you her shoes and saved your feet. You gotta do it.
Yeah, I know. Well, next time I'm gonna be sitting in VIP right next to you. So yeah. So I really, really appreciate it, though. Seriously, we are seriously, like, so grateful. Like, words can't even describe, and just humbled to have you on this. So we appreciate all your little nuggets of wisdom.
I hope I answered all your questions. I kind of went all over the place.
You did, but I love it. That's why I said it. It's just a little template. I always just go off people's energy. You're lucky I even sent you questions, because sometimes I'm just like, oh, we'll just play it by ear. So seriously, you guys, you have an awesome night, and thank you guys for staying on and just joining and hearing her nuggets. It was just so awesome and inspiring. So everybody have a good night.
If you need anything, you let me know. You let me know, hun.
I appreciate that.
Share with me your tips. If y'all want to see that video, it's on my main page on Facebook. So it's Kim Massengill Satterwhite. My name is so long, you can't miss it. As soon as you type in Kimberly Massengill, it's going to pull it up. But it's the video. I just did it today. So check that out. Get your notebook out. Write down your colors. I tell my team, get it on index cards, guys, and just have somebody quiz you. That's how I learned the colors. I had an index card on one color. One side, it had the color. On the back, it had the characteristics, where to go in the interview. Like, if I'm talking to you, what do I need to focus on about ItWorks to make you relate, to make myself relate to you? And I just literally started mirroring the person that I'm talking to. And so watch that video. It'll answer a lot of your questions.
I'm so pumped to watch it. Thank you again, and everybody have a good night.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.